how do you see this action last night? Why did Iran take this action at a specific time after months of escalation?
Greetings to your viewers, Kareem, and thank you for having me on your program, and congratulations on the launch of the new network.
Thank you.
Yesterday, we saw, as your opening stated, that Iran took the bait against Israel and launched over 181 ballistic missiles. What I saw here in the United States and our national security partners was that this was another failure, just like it was back in April. Iran is trying to flex its muscle and power, and I don't think it was intentional that they didn't mean to reach the targets, civilian targets that they initially intended. So this showed countries like and allies like Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Jordan, etc., the capabilities or lack of capabilities of Iran. But what I am most concerned about is also the security and stability of Israel. Netanyahu, as we have seen over the past year, has taken a scorched earth approach to his strategy is just to try to wipe out all of the terrorist organizations, proxies, commandos, etc. But there is no long-term strategy. What does that also mean for the stability of the country and those people that live there? They are living in fear and terror every single day, just alongside the innocent Palestinians that continue to get killed. And now innocent Lebanese are also being caught in the crossfire. Is there an opportunity ever to go back to a democratic country, a democratic state? That is what is very unnerving here, is what is the long-term strategy and goal of Netanyahu?
Well, we should talk about this, and perhaps we should talk about the chances and opportunities of de-escalation in the region. But I just want to go to Professor Edmond here, and what are we looking at after last night's attack?
Well, clearly, the United States is basically trying, at least publicly, they are saying they want to see a de-escalation. They wanted to see if they could reduce the tensions and the escalation that was beginning to appear in such a clear way in the region. Yet, at the same time, as Politico mentioned today, that the Biden administration's public calls for ceasefire in Lebanon, the White House was in fact, or its officials, people like Amos Hochstein, and Brett McGurk, told Israeli officials that they agreed with the plan to escalate in Lebanon and shift its focus to the north. The report basically, which Politico reported today, said that the United States plans were to focus on Lebanon, but they didn't offer much details. At the same time that we saw this, they were saying that they wanted to urge a cautious approach, while at the same time we saw what was happening. Thousands of Lebanese were killed. The leaders of Hezbollah were assassinated, while at the same time the administration was saying it wanted to see de-escalation. At the same time, we heard yesterday from the president that the attack by Iran was ineffective and had failed, more or less. Yet we are hearing from the administration and from the Israeli leadership that there have to be severe consequences. Where were the severe consequences when Israel was killing innocent children, Palestinian children, women, old men? And where were the consequences when Israel attacked Lebanese civilians using 2,000-pound bombs, several of these bombs, to wipe out whole blocks in Beirut, attacking villages in Lebanon and using phosphorus, white phosphorus, to make life impossible in the border area between Lebanon and Israel. So that raises a lot of questions about the policy of the United States. The U.S. had thought, or at least it appears that some of the advisors to the president felt that what Israel was doing, and if Israel could go after the leaders of Hezbollah, if Israel could take over part of Lebanon, some of the Israeli ministers want to annex southern Lebanon to Israel. And that shows, in fact, that how poor the administration is in understanding the regional equations and what's going on and what's likely to happen in the region. The Iranians did not want to see an escalation. They said if the U.S. reaches a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, then we are not likely to see any kind of attack by Iran in retaliation for the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh and for other attacks that it took against Iran and Iranian targets. Yet, instead of that, we saw the U.S. continuing to provide financial support, $8.7 billion recently, add to what the U.S. had already given Israel. And there is still about almost another 8 to 9 billion. The whole budget is going to be about 17 billion